My role as an art director is to ideate in a team with other people, and then from that point on, execute the aesthetics of a project.
We are in charge of coming up with the ideas along with the copywriters and occasionally the content creators, but art directors more specifically are in charge of choosing a visual style or visual language.
If you look at a director of film, they bring a vision to a piece. So an art director, to me, they handle that same role in the visual sense.
Start to finish on a campaign would typically look like ideating with the copywriter or your content as well, and then from that point on, deciding how to best execute the message of a project and like what aesthetics would fit with that.
And then the copywriter goes away and writes the copy, and the art director goes away and kind of like designs the whole thing. They figure out, maybe we're gonna use pictures, maybe we're gonna use illustration, maybe we're gonna use this video versus that video.
In the Adlab, it would include things like costuming, set design.
Whether that's photography, that's going to be graphic design, that's going to be typography, illustration sometimes. It really just depends on the project.
The skills you need for an art director would be to have a strong visual mindset, be able to pick out aesthetics.
Basic design skills are helpful but not needed.
I would say most of the skills you can learn, honestly. If you're passionate about telling stories and you're willing to put in time, you can learn the creative suite. There are classes, there are programs, there are tons of people that are really interested. There's YouTube videos out the wazoo. So I wouldn't worry about, do I have the skills to be an art director? I would just worry, is that really what you're interested in doing? Because if it's the kind of thing that sounds like you'd be really into, then you can add on those other skills.
When you're deciding between account and creative, personally, I didn't think it was that hard of a decision because I don't really have the skills of an account person. I'm not very organized.
My dad's an artist and I've loved photography. I actually wanted to be a UX designer at one point, and it was just like all those things, like I was decent at design, and I was like, this makes me happy and I really like doing this stuff, so I might as well try out to be an art director. And here we are today.
I loved photography, I wanted to be an actor, I loved videography, cinematography, film, illustration was really cool, graphic design, which is what I was doing before. All those things were so beautiful and interesting, and I didn't feel like I was passionate about any one of them enough to pursue them, but as an art director, I really get to kind of play with the mix.
Starting today, if you wanted to be an art director, I'd say make a Pinterest. Maybe go back to your 2014 Tumblr page, get the vibes, but start working on the Adobe Suite, Illustrator, Photoshop, as well as, just consuming as much cultural information as you can.
Be a consumer of all things visual. All art is stolen and recreated, right? So it's like, I think the best thing you can do is simply be a purveyor of art.